Now, on another matter, Mr. President, I was honored to meet a number of Kentucky veterans at the World War II Memorial and welcome them to Washington. My father fought in World War II, so I was particularly grateful to hear these veterans' stories and share their special moment of remembrance. And one man I talked to is 100 years old. He was in the initial invasion when we finally got on offense in North Africa and fought in every theater in Europe and was there when the Germans surrendered May the 8th, 1945. He landed at the Omaha Beach, but he said it was 2 days after the invasion, so they were the second wave of soldiers coming in after the invasion. And there were stories after stories of people like that. I had a chance to thank each of them, as well as the Honor Flight Bluegrass organization, which takes on the logistical and financial burden so veterans can travel to their monuments at no personal cost. I was especially glad this opportunity came today, the 74th anniversary of the D-Day invasion. On June 6, 1944, the free world embarked on a daring mission of historic proportions. With conviction, bravery, and patriotism, the greatest generation ran onto the beach. Many paid the ultimate price on D-Day, but their bravery paved the road to victory in Europe. Allied troops stared down the most pernicious evil the modern world has ever seen and prevailed. The world has changed in the years since D-Day, but some things haven't changed at all. We still honor the sacrifices of those who ran onto the beach. Today, the President will sign into law the VA Mission Act that Congress passed last month. It's a set of major improvements to the way we can care for America's veterans, increasing their choices and expanding access to care for those who sacrificed to serve. Here's something else that hadn't changed. We still call on brave men and women to take on a wide array of difficult missions. Soon the Senate will take up the John S. McCain 2019 National Defense Authorization Act. It's a result of months of serious bipartisan work by the Armed Services Committee, and it's a major step toward delivering the resources our men and women in uniform need to tackle the challenges of today. Challenges like an emboldened Iran, a destabilizing force it abets in the Middle East. Challenges like the expanding capabilities of Russia and China in this era of renewed great power competition. This moment requires that we support our all-volunteer armed forces with the tools, training, equipment, and resources they need to support our allies defend the homeland and secure the peace. Secretary Mattis' new National Defense Strategy spells out what our nation must do. Our landmark budget agreement earlier this year set aside the funds our service members will require to put that plan into action. And now with this NDAA, Congress will take the next step toward getting those resources where they need to be. Its authorizations include quality of life improvements for service members and their families, improved capabilities for land, sea, and air weapon systems, and reforms to the acquisitions process to keep America's military on the cutting edge. With bipartisan action on the NDAA, the Senate will ensure that the next generation of American warfighters is every bit as ready as the greatest generation to write a new chapter of courageous service.